Number 7. Okay, what I wanted you to remember from this one is that everything has to be on one side, it has to equal 0. So let's move everything over. So I've got x cubed, let's move over negative 2x squared, so we're going to make it positive. So plus 2x squared minus 25x, and then let's move over 50. So negative 50 equals 0. And this one actually can be factored by grouping. Okay, so I'll make a little line. So I can pull out x squared, I'm left with x plus 2. And remember, I want another x plus 2 over here, so I'm going to factor out, I guess I don't need a plus there. I'm going to factor out negative 25, and I'm left with x plus 2 equals 0. I'm going to end up with 3 roots. So I've got x plus 2 times x squared minus 25 equals 0. I've got the difference of 2 squares here. So x plus 5, x minus 5 equals 0. So x equals negative 2, negative 5, and positive 5. Okay. This one. This one's a little trickier. You can't use it by grouping. So I'm going to make a list of my possible roots. So factors of 24 over factors of 1. So plus or minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. Okay, so typically what I do is I start with 1 and negative 1, and I just kind of work my way up. And I don't want to waste your time. You can use law of signs again. You can see here that there is 1 positive real root, and I have 3. So I would probably start with negatives. And again, that's how I did it, and I tried some. Negative 2 worked. So I'm going to start with negative 2. I've got 1, 3, negative 10, negative 24. We drop 1, negative 2 gives me 1, negative 2, negative 12, positive 24. There's my 0 that I need. Now this is x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. Is this factorable? Yeah. What multiplies to give me negative 12 that adds to give me 1? 4 and negative 3. So my roots are negative 2, negative 4, and 3.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right, so that's number 8. Okay. All right, let's look at number 9. Sorry I didn't bring, yeah, thank you. I usually try to take it to the door. Okay. This one number 9 I thought was kind of interesting because, hang on, I gotta check the time again. Okay, we're good. My stopwatch isn't working very well. I thought it was interesting because we have a negative and it's cubed. So we know basically they're asking us to graph it. We know basically what it's going to look like, right? it's going to come down like this. It's been a while since we've had something a little different. But I don't like to factor it when there's a negative in the front. So I like to get the negative out of there. So, okay, so we're gonna find the 0, so it's gotta equal 0. I'm actually gonna divide everything by a -1. And when I do that, it changes all the signs. So I've got x cubed minus x squared minus 3x, thank you, plus 3. All right, and now I'm gonna do this by grouping. So I can pull out an x squared, I'm left with x minus 1. And over here I can pull out a -3, and I have x minus 1. All right, so this just goes to show you that even though I change the signs, my roots are still gonna be the same. Okay, so I'm left with x minus 1 times x squared minus 3 equals 0. So this one's a little strange. So my roots, again, well, let me set that equal to 0. X squared equals 3. Take the square root. X equals plus or minus the square root of 3. And over here I have x equals 1. All right, so my roots are 1 and plus or minus 3, which is approximately 1.7. Okay, and this is asking us to sketch. So let's move this up. Sorry, this isn't better. Okay, so 1 and plus or minus 1.7. It's a little squashed. And it's gonna come down like this. So actually, I actually put it in Desmos because I wanted to see what it really looked like. I not gonna be that picky about it. But another thing we do know is that the y-intercept is -3. So that does help us a little bit. So it comes down a little lower than this. Oops. Yeah, like that. And just has a little bloop right there. Okay, so that's number 9. And I think I'm going to stop there and continue with number 10 in the next video.